Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to reading for the week of July 3rd. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag. You have this card that says, forgiveness sets you free, it keeps you from hanging on to what was never meant to be. And you have this card that says, you won't always feel alone, you're attracting your soul tribe. I do feel like some of you maybe have been feeling alone or lonely, but look, there could be a new person coming in for you. It could be an earth sign. I'm pretty sure you've had an earth sign with me for like the past few weeks, so wouldn't really surprise me. This person could be moving slowly here. Like, I'm wondering if this is someone, that you already know, or someone that's like part of a group that you belong to, like a friend group, or maybe in business, like your work or something like that. So it definitely seems to me like someone wants to enter into your life if you are looking for love. If you're not, and even if you are looking for love, I kind of feel like some of you kind of need to make a bigger move in like a relationship, or not a relationship, but in your business. It looks to me like you could be kind of like growing your finances, but I feel like you need to do like a little bit more or something. I've said this to you before, Sagittarius. It's like, I feel like you're so close, some of you. It's like, I feel like you're very close to, building up your business, or, even if it's just a side hustle or something like that. I feel like you're very close to like greatly increasing your earnings, but I feel like you kind of have to like keep pushing here, just in general. I feel like this has to do with like energy is kind of like what I'm getting here, Sagittarius, especially with the Knight of Pentacles here. It's like maybe having the energy to work, that could be a little bit of an obstacle here. But the Knight of Pentacles, he has these empty fields behind him. And I always say he just has to plant seeds in those fields and they will grow. So it is a card of like putting in the work and seeing a result, but he's being too cautious. He's not taking like a big enough risk, or he's not committing to something 110%, you know what I mean? And, it kind of reminds me of, like, I told you, I'm pretty sure it was you that I told the story. I was working with another reader on YouTube, and this was like a couple months ago, and they were like saying like, I'm not growing as quickly as everyone else, and I'm doing everything that everyone else is doing. And I was like, no, you're not. They were only doing collectives and only doing, and occasionally doing signs. I'm like, you are not doing what everyone else is doing. It's like, if you look at the top readers, what do they all do? They do every single sign. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you want to do something, then you have to do it. And again, I'm not calling you out here, Sagittarius, and I'm not saying that you're not doing work, but that's the best example I can give you. It's almost like there's something you're doing where it's like you're doing it, but I feel like you could be doing it on a deeper level. And I feel like that 110% commitment to doing it that way is going to be the thing that makes you very successful. So, it's like, don't be afraid to make that full commitment. You have this Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is starting something new, so I feel like there is a new beginning coming in for you here. So that's really all I'm getting. It could be love. I don't think love is a major focus in this reading, but, and I would say it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if there was a earth sign coming in for you, but I kind of feel like this is something like a new opportunity that's coming in here. I mostly say that because we go like this. We go down to the Seven of Pentacles to the Three of Wands. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Three of Wands, it could also be a change in direction, but Three of Wands kind of says, what are you waiting for? And then we have the Fool, which is like a new beginning. And you have the Four of Pentacles, which is like letting go of something. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to like the past. So I do feel like it's time for you to release the past, or, release something that you're holding on to here with this energy. And it's time for you to to really step into your true power going this way. To the King of Wands. I feel like the King of Wands is kind of like your energy in this reading. And it's saying that you need to be bold, assertive. You need to not fear, taking risks and things like that. So, that's kind of like what I'm getting here. But let's see what is going on for you here. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. Definitely a celebration. Again, there could be help coming in for you as well. So, Three of Cups is part of your community and people in your community. There could be people who want to help you from your community. So if you could get help from anything, if it wants to focus, I would say don't be afraid to get help from like people who can help assist you and, all that other good stuff, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is what's waiting for you, is Ten of Pentacles. Everybody right now is working on building and leaving a legacy. All the energy in Taurus is kind of encouraging people to like build or leave a legacy. So, whatever that means for you. could be building a business, having a family, having a successful family, any of those things. And so I feel a lot of you, it's like it's time to get to work with this 10 of Pentacles. And clearly we see that right here with the 7 of Pentacles as well. With the 4 of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords like lying, cheating, stealing, but 7 of Swords, that's not really what it means. 7 of Swords is a golden card, and golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So it can represent a trickster, but it can also just represent tactics. It can say that there is like a more tactical way that you could do things. You know, he's normally stealing those swords from the army that's in the background. So it's like in your business, for example, just to give you an example, that reader that I was helping had no schedule or anything like that. I'm like, trust me, it's 10 times easier to have a schedule. I always tell people my schedule. I do 4 videos every day, no matter what. No matter what, I do at least 4. Some days I do 8, some days I do 16. There have been days I do like 20 something, right? It just depends on how motivated I am. But the rule, my standard is 4. So every single day, no matter what, I do 4, right? And sometimes I'm ahead, sometimes I'm not. So, you know, again, it's like, as long as you're coming, like, that's my tactical plan, right? I feel like you need a tactical plan. Like, if you have a side hustle, a business, I think it would be better for you to be like, okay, I'm going to spend like 1 dedicated hour to working on this every single day, where you're like shutting out distractions, getting rid of all the, you know, everything that's going on around you and everything like that, and only focusing on it for that amount of time instead of like dabbling, you know, at something. So I hope that makes sense. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, I have an energetic body and the power to transform myself and my life. There you go. You have this card that says, my mind is clear and still as a lake. So, you know, I feel you could be entering into a period of time where you are very clear, because you have the Queen of Swords as your first card. She is clear for the first time. She only has clouds halfway up her body, but I feel like you need to trust this. I also feel like you need to tap into your energy, you know, here with that I have an energetic body card. And realize that you do have the energy to get done what you need to get done. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading. It's almost like you've been low on energy or something like that. So I would be looking at your life and saying, like, am I wasting energy on something? Am I, you know, is there something that I'm wasting my time on that's sucking my energy dry? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Is it like, what is it, right? And so, you know, I would be looking at, am I getting enough sleep? You know, all that other stuff. Because again, I feel like you need energy right now for sure. But it's like, if you have something that's stealing it, then you're not going to have energy. You have the Queen of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and the Magician. Again, Queen of Swords, she sees things clearly for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body. And she has her hand out, so she's willing to try something, and we see that she's willing to try the King of Wands. So I don't necessarily feel that this has to be a person for you. I feel like you're just willing to step into your true, you know, energy, basically. The King of Wands, we could say, is your energy, you know, just a fire sign energy of being bold, being confident, really going for what you want. So I feel like a lot of you could be making those changes to feel more energetic so that you can get more done. You have the 7 of Pentacles, which is, you know, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, he's looking at those 7 Pentacles and saying, like, is it worth it for me to work on what I've been working on, or has it been a waste of time? So I feel a lot of you could be looking at certain things in your life and saying to yourself, like, was it worth it for me to work on this or not? And you could really be getting rid of, you know, a lot of the things in your life that have been holding you back, and that's what I feel like is going on here. You have the Magician, so there's like some sort of new beginning. Again, you have this, you have the Fool. Sometimes I feel with the Magician that he represents needing to have a new beginning, meaning you need to have, you know, some sort of new beginning, and we kind of see that here, because 3 of Wands says, like, what are you waiting for? You've attracted something into your life, like some sort of opportunity, or, you know, a side hustle. I don't know. I keep getting side hustle for you, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be a side hustle. You know, this could be like a health idea. It could be an idea about building your relationships. It could be anything. And I feel like this is saying, like, you need to, you know, kind of pay attention to what you have attracted into your life and maybe put more work into it, because we go like this to the 8 of Pentacles, and, you know, 8 of Pentacles is a really good card. It's showing up in the area of the good stuff, and, you know, 8 of Pentacles to me is a card of results. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Some of you could be opening up to love. Again, Queen of Swords, she has that sword up but her hand out. It's like she's kind of cautiously optimistic about love. She's willing to allow someone into her life, but if she senses something, she's going to chop their head right off. So, you know, there could be a Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. Could be an Earth sign, or I am also getting another fire sign as well. So, you know, take it how it resonates. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Justice is cause and effect. If I put energy into something, what do I get out of it, right? Is the juice worth the squeeze? If you put energy into a relationship, are you getting the same amount back, or better even? Or is it just someone who's stealing energy from you? In a business, are you putting energy in and getting energy back? If yes, great, keep going. If no, then something needs to change. And again, the Justice card, I always say, doesn't say leave. It says try to fix it first. Or, especially in business, it's like if you have a good business, you want it to grow. It's like you could be trying something, maybe it doesn't work. Just try another way to do it, right? It doesn't say quit. So maybe that's what's going on here. With the Magician, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is committing to something. Again, I was getting this here in this reading where it's like you have to make that 110% commitment is what I get here. So whatever you're working on, I feel like if you're just kind of like dipping your toe in the water, it's not going to be very successful. Maybe not at all. And maybe that's where you're at. It's like I feel like some of you, it's like you need, I know it doesn't sound sexy because everybody just wants a quick click button solution here, but really I feel like the solution is to make 110% effort, into something and like really put in the work. And I don't even think it's about doing hard work or anything like that. I think it's about doing the stuff that's like smart work that matters, but also like figuring out like what actually is working in work or business. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says call back your power. There you go. I mean, the whole entire reading. Cut the cords, soul retrieval. You have this priestess. It says, how are you being called to step up and lead? Are you kidding? Like everything that I said, needing to step up, needing to put 110% effort into something. And again, there is something that's stealing your energy. I'm really surprised the devil hasn't shown up here. It could just be like a situation, sadness. I think you need to look at, it's like I see something leaking, it's like a leak, as in, your energy has a leak. Maybe something is stealing your energy or something like that. It's like, I'll just give you an example. Like I'm not a big drinker at all, period. I've never been a big drinker. I'm super lightweight. Like one drink, I'm out, right? I'm dancing on tables, doing crazy stuff, right? So it's like this year, I completely quit drinking this year. Just, I'm doing like a 1-year challenge thing. And I probably won't start drinking again because I feel amazing now, right? It's like I wasn't a big drinker in the first place, but just eliminating it completely, I feel like 1 billion times better. So, I would say like it, and, clearly, even though I didn't drink that much, clearly it was stealing my energy, right? So, it's like, is there something, and I'm not saying it's drinking, I'm just giving you an example here. Is there something that is making you tired or is making you feel less energetic? And by the way, I think there are things we can do that make us feel more energetic, right? It's like if I don't work out every day or go for a walk every day, I feel freaking tired. If I go for a walk or am working out, I don't know, I just feel like I have like 1,000 times more energy than if I don't. So, it's like there are things we can do to kind of increase our energy, and they might take energy. Like going for a walk takes energy, working out takes energy, but again, it also kind of fills me with energy. So, it's like, are you doing the things that you need to do to, kind of recharge? And I really get that as being super important in your reading here, Sag. You have the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. I get this like juggling act thing here. I feel like you're very close. I think that might be the kind of like the most frustrating part about where you're at in life right now is like you can sense how close you are to making an improvement, something that will lead to more stability. But also you're not there yet. So, I feel like you're so close. I feel like this is saying don't give up now. I feel like there are a few things you need to change to kind of like really improve your situation, but it's like you're getting there just in general. You have the King of Wands. I kind of feel like this is your energy. I feel like you're coming up in a good energy just in general. Again, there might be some things that need to be fixed, but like some sort of energetic leak, like I said, but other than that, I feel like you're kind of in a good position. What I would say is that to me, the King of Wands can be a risk taker, but he takes like calculated risk. He doesn't just do something just to do it. So if you're thinking about like taking a risk in your business or in your career or with your health or whatever, then I think now would be a good time to do that. You have the Three of Wands. It's like the risk of expansion. Really, I think the biggest risk we could take right now is the risk of being exposed, because we have Pluto in Aquarius. Well, it's retrograding into Capricorn, but as far as I'm concerned, it touched tips with Aquarius and it's retrograding back into Capricorn. Who the hell cares? It's barely going to leave the cusp during this retrograde before, at the end of the year into next year, it's going to enter back into Aquarius. The biggest risk we can take is the risk of exposure, the risk of saying something and being wrong. So, I feel like this is saying, like, don't be afraid to, speak your mind in your business. Don't be afraid to have an opinion. Don't be afraid to, piss people off and things like that. I'm kind of getting that type of energy on the Three of Wands. Also, Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? So it's just saying, like, don't be afraid to take a risk in general. With the King of Wands, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like you've developed a lot of strength. I feel like you need to see how far you've come. I do feel like for some of you, it's hard to see how far you've come because, like, maybe there's nothing around you to, like, compare yourself with. I would never suggest that we compare ourselves to other people, but sometimes I think it's nice, like, if we're trying to become successful, to be able to say, like, oh, I've reached this level. So it's like, you're making progress. I feel like you just need to know that you're making progress, right? With the King of Pentacles, you have the Two of Wands taking the lead. So I feel like some of you could be like a spiritual leader, or you have that card that says being called to step up and lead. So I feel like you are being called to step up and lead. I think a lot of people are. Again, Pluto and Aquarius to me is all about, kind of like being an innovator, but also being an inspiration to other people. Like, the most spiritual thing you can do during Pluto and Aquarius is be an inspiration to other people. Like, and it could just be one person. It could be like your kid, right? Maybe you have a child or something like that. Just doing something that inspires them that is enough, right? We don't have to inspire a billion freaking people. It could just be one person. That is more than enough, right? We're just looking to create positive snowballs here. Positive snowballs start with one thing. So, get working. With the Three of Wands, sorry, I'm dropping cards. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. You also have oh yeah, right above it. I was going to say, I thought you had the King of Pentacles. You do right here. So again, definitely could be an earth sign coming in for you. I love the King and Queen of Pentacles together for love because it's like something permanent. To me, those two, they really, really want to work together on something. They really want to, keep the romance alive, so to speak, and, make things happen. So definitely could be a very solid connection coming in there. Next, you have this, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. Again, I do get this feeling of waiting, even though this is showing up in the good stuff. I feel like you'll be seeing progress, but things are being put together. You have this New Earth card, it says, it's happening, keep holding the vision. Yes, keep holding your vision, don't stop. Keep pushing forward, and I feel like you'll be very successful. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Fool. It is time for you to take a leap of faith. It is showing up in the good stuff, so I kind of feel like a lot of you are taking a leap of faith towards something financial here. I really do feel that this reading is financial in nature. Even if you're retired, you could still be, making some changes to improve your finances, like maybe you're selling your house or, to go live somewhere cheaper or something like that. Like any of that stuff would be a really good idea. You could also be retired and starting a side hustle. There's no reason to stop working, right? My plan is to never retire. I will never retire. Even if the robots take over, I will be in the woods chopping wood or something. I will be doing something, right? So I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying that you could be actually getting more active, and there seems to be a lot more activity in this reading in general. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is, of course, moving on to calmer shores, so I do feel like things are improving, especially if you've been like in a little bit of a weird time, like a funk lately. I feel like you could be improving that. And you have the Eight of Pentacles as well. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of work hard, you can see a result. So whatever you've been working on, I do feel like there are results finally coming in for you, but Eight of Pentacles, he's like head down, nose to the grindstone. He's just like working on what he's working on right in front of him. So keep putting in the work to whatever you're working on. And like I said, make the full commitment as well. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. Yep, King, divine counterparts right here. I feel like you're attracting something where there's like a lot of desire, but also a lot of stability as well between the two of you. So, like I said, seems to me like it's a very balanced connection. With the, if you want love, with the Six of Swords, you have the Three of Wands, expansion again, and what are you waiting for? I feel like this is saying you are going to take this leap of faith right here, over here. It's like the Six of Swords, sometimes we have to cut things out. I always say that the woman and the child in this boat, they have nothing but the clothing on their back. So it's like they're leaving everything behind, and they're completely starting over. So a lot of you could be kind of like in this starting over energy. With the Fool, you have the Four of Wands. Some of you could be taking a risk on love, even going this way here, and it could be a person that you're going to marry with that Knight of Cups. For others, the Four of Wands is my card of freedom. So just like in general, to me, it can say that you are setting yourself free in some way, or that there is more freedom coming in for you. Yeah, damn. We're pulling 5 main themes. This looks really good. You have this Fair Man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. And then you have this career. So some of you could be interested in a person like this at your career, or who works where you work or whatever. So, definitely could be a fair person. This could also just be you improving in your career. You have this February card and you have this angel. It says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So I feel like you've been protected since February. I think that you need to think back to February as well. You might have had like an idea or about your business or something back then. And I feel like you could be revisiting it. You have this dolphin card. It says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Yes, I feel like you've been building up, with the Eight of Pentacles to me is like a card of building up work. It's like YouTube. It's like eventually if you do YouTube for a certain amount of years, you're going to hit it big eventually. And so, it's just like a numbers game. Obviously, you can't put out crap. You have to keep improving, but, eventually it's going to happen. And I'm not saying you're on YouTube, but I'm just saying, like, I feel for some of you, it's like you've been working towards something, and it's just a numbers game. Eventually, you're going to hit it, and I feel like it's coming right now. You have this purse card. It says, pay attention to your finances. I feel like your finances are improving big time, so love it. And finally, you have this wall. It says misunderstandings. I would be careful of like rushing to judgment or something this week. I'm getting, especially with people at work. But other than that, this is a very good reading, Sag. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.